Hello and welcome to the second night from South Boston. Tonight we'll run the qualifiers, setting the grid for the top 10 and determining our final 5 spots into the show. First up, the pole shuffle, Kevin Harvick and Ryan Blaney on your front row. This is a 10-lap sprint with a 5-point bonus if you can find a way to win it. Harvick has had the dominant car. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can oppose him in this quite short sprint to the finish. Blaney going to hang tough on the outside into 1, and off of 2, going to get a little bit of a run, but not enough. We'll see if he can actually make something happen. The outside has kind of worked a little bit, on tire runs at least. Continuing to hang there on the outside. Nothing there yet for the 12, and the 4 can clear here if he wants it. He's going to let the 12 hang on the outside, not going to push the issue. Remember, you don't want to go to the back of the feature. As good as the pole is, don't wreck the car over it. So, Harvick being conservative as we work lap 3 here. Just painting that yellow line, looking for a shot to get himself clear of the 12. Blaney's still doing a very good job hanging tough, but it's going to be too much. Harvick doesn't pull up quite yet, but he has the line. Blaney's going to settle in behind and move to trying to hold off his Penske teammate, Brad Keselowski. A couple Penske cars in this race. Their teammate, Joey Logano, will be in the B main, so things aren't going so well for Logano, but we'll see if he can get through it. Truex here also having a good week so far, working on what will be a 4th place starting position right now in this little pack. The second pack here, Matt DiBenedetto, Bubba Wallace, and Austin Dillon. Dillon in the pole shuffle for the 2nd straight week. And Denny Hamlin, who started last and has had some trouble getting past the 77, who fell down in front of him. And Hamlin just cannot get through him. White flag in the air for Kevin Harvick, who has put about a 4-car length lead on Ryan Blaney. And working 3 and 4 here, it looks like Kevin Harvick will take the top starting spot for the feature race, winning the pole shuffle. 4-car is freaky fast today, so it'll be fun to see if he can keep it up on what's been a very good week so far. Here's your finishing order. Denny Hamlin has to be disappointed with maintaining that 10th place spot that he earned in his heat. Obviously wanted better, but could not quite get it. On to the B main lineups on your left. Anthony Alfredo, Christopher Bell making up the front row. Bell expected to have quite a fast car. We saw what his JGR teammates have done this week. Kyle Busch also in this race, who struggled in his heat. This is a 40-lapper, so plenty of time to get it done. No pressure as far as time. Just got to find your way to the front and see who has a fast car. Anthony Alfredo will get the jump right away. Christopher Bell missed the start. Something definitely went wrong for him on that start, as he fell way back, already back to 4th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. working underneath. Joey Logano looking to take the next spot through. And Kyle Busch lined up to try it again. We saw this same problem for Busch last week as well. So he just keeps finding himself in the B main, which is a struggle for his feature starting position. But he's going to look for the transfer spot from his teammate, Christopher Bell. This is for 5th. Kyle Busch will get it over the 20 and look to continue marching forward in that 18. Ross Chastain, we saw he had a wreck in his heat race, went to a backup car, started in the final starting position available to this B main, and is just wading through traffic right now. The car seems like it has speed. He's able to put up good lap times, but it doesn't really matter because there's so much traffic in front of him. And caution is out here. Have to look at the replay and figure out what happened, because everyone's still rolling, no damage on track. And it looks like it was Quinn Houff with a little help from Michael McDowell. Spins down into Timmy Hill. They'll collect the wall, but no major damage to anyone involved. Just a little left side damage to the 66 and nose damage to the 00. Everyone gets away with that, but it is enough. The flagman still threw the caution. Anthony Alfredo brings us back to the green. Gets a nice little jump over Chris Buescher. Heads down into turn 1. Kyle Busch wasting no time, looking for a spot on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Logano going to try and follow him through if he can. Remember, Logano has that final transfer spot, so he wants to put as much distance as he can between him. Kyle Busch looking for 2nd here. He was very competitive in this race the last time out. And once again, struggled in his heat, but found something in the B main. He'll be fun to watch in the feature as long as he can keep it together and get through. Kyle Larson looking for 5th here. Larson kind of in trouble here, as well as Eric Jones, as a couple big names that missed the show last week. If they miss it again, that will really be on the hot seat for the third race in, I think it's Wall Stadium, because they will have to deal with losing their privileges of the random draw. They'll start in the back of their heat races, because that is the rule if you miss it 3 times in a row. Kyle Busch still in second, working the high side now. Anthony Alfredo continues to leave about a 2-3 car length lead. Similar to what we saw with Ryan Blaney and Matt Benedetto, it's obvious he's not having to push that hard to keep the 18 in his mirror, just doing the best he can to keep him back there, but not overwork his stuff or put his car at risk, because obviously he want to tear it up. He's got a what seems like a pretty good car to run in the top 10 or so, top 15 in his feature if he can actually get through this race. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has fallen back to 5th. Logano made that pass. Now he's in the clutches of a couple Hendrick cars. That's a Larson and Byron behind him. Larson watching the onboard here. We can see him on the bottom in 1 and 2, gonna try and close the gap, but Stenhouse gets a better run off the corner. Larson working the high side in 3 and 4. No shock there. And it's just, the car doesn't seem to have it. He continues to just ride in 6th and not be able to close that gap. A little better that time, but 10 to go and it hasn't happened. William Byron actually gets that spot. Looking to the lead group. 4 cars under a blanket. The 38, the 18, the 17, and the 22. Logano looking. Buescher's not going to let him have it. Runs low off the corner. Logano pushes him down the straightaway and into turn 1. Logano was not happy about that, but no harm, no foul. They keep it together, and nothing would change. As we come to the white flag, Anthony Alfredo, fast pasta, continues to maintain about a 2-car length lead, just keeping himself together, and not a guy you'll see compete for race victories often, but against this playing field, Anthony Alfredo will take the B main over Kyle Busch. Chris Buescher, Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse, your last 5 into the feature. And hey, that's no slouch, beating Busch and Logano, as well as Christopher Bell, Larson, Byron. Good cars in this field. Anthony Alfredo could have something for the feature. He'll be one to watch. As we look, there will be the starting positions of those 5 guys that got in 21st through 25th, and everyone else DNQs. They will score no points on the weekend and look for another chance next time out. With your last 8 here, Garrett Smithley, a guy that somehow made his way into the main last week. Not as lucky this time. He will be officially scored as last, but still a good shot for him. And that will be it. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all for the feature.